Kept you waiting, huh?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to ScaleHanger 182. Hope you are all doing well, and today I have a 3D printing video for you. It's been a while since I got my Elegoo Saturn 2 3D printer. Actually, it's close to a year now, I think, and since I got it, I printed a lot of stuff on that machine. And by saying a lot, my Saturn 2 was basically running 4 months last year, almost daily. All the 3D printed stuff I have for sale on my eBay, and what I had on with me at Telford Model Show was printed during that time. What I really love about that printer is the size of the printing area. If you print a lot on one go or you print large stuff, it's definitely a printer for you. I'm not gonna bore you with setting up the machine in this video. It's pretty straightforward and pretty much the same with every machine, but if you are new to 3D printing, I suggest you watch my video on how to start with the 3D printer. With the 10-inch screen and 8K resolution, Saturn 2 is perfect for scale modelers or for those of you who love figure painting, as the detail on prints are amazing. And it shows on my first proper print that I made, which was a 1:16 scale Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War game franchise. By the way, if you are interested in some of cool models from gaming, film, TV shows or comic book heroes, I highly recommend GameBody website, where you can find a lot of beautiful stuff there. I'll put the link in the description of that video for you. It's an affiliate link, so if you buy anything from there, you also support my channel. After downloading the file from the website, slicing it in Cheeto box, I uploaded the file into the pen drive and moved it to my 3D printer. Now, here's probably only one complaint to Elegoo and actually other 3D printer manufacturers: stop providing us with the crappy memory sticks. I had 3 resin printer now, and every memory stick I got included with them broke within like first few weeks. And this is not only my problem, a lot of friends and YouTubers seems like have the same issues. Fortunately, these are pretty cheap and you can get one for a tenner or little over that, and it should last for a few years. When you put the memory stick in, you can choose the file to print, and I really like that. You can see this file rendered on Saturn 2 LCD screen. Some 3D printers have only file names displayed, and I think it's really annoying when you have a lot of files on your memory stick and print a lot, so kudos to Elegoo for making our lives a little bit easier. I 3D printed Marcus Phoenix head and torso first, just to have a look how the print will turns out. I carefully cleaned the model in IPA and then cured it under the UV light. The print looked really good, so I decided to print all the figure parts together. After another successful print, I was hooked and printed 2 more 1:16 scales figure from GameBody, Master Chief from Halo and Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. So now Marcus can have some friends. After I put Marcus Phoenix figure together, you can see on the pictures that the detail is just amazing. Don't worry about the support mark. I did not clean the figure properly yet before taking this picture, but look at the beautiful detail on the fabric and the armor texture. It looks awesome. Okay, next I wanted to print something really big. I found this Metal Gear Rex model, and as a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid games, I really wanted to have this Rex on my shelf. When you buy a model to print from GameBody, you get files to print for both resin 3D printers and FDM printers. This Metal Gear Rex, for example, comes in 54 pieces to print on the resin 3D printer and over 150 pieces to print on FDM printer. I decided to print 1:64 scale Rex and then try to maybe resize and print in 1:32 scale, of course if it fits into my printer. But first, let's start with 1:64 scale. Some of you who played Metal Gear Solid probably noticed that I changed the colors a little bit. The original Metal Gear Rex was light grey with light green camo, but it was barely visible in the first Metal Gear Solid game due to the graphics back then. The camouflage is more visible in the remake and Metal Gear Solid 4. I decided to go with darker grey and brighter urban camo pattern. I did not do any fancy weathering with oils this time, not even a wash on the panel lines. I only did some sponge chipping with very dark brown paint and more tiny chips and scratches with the silver paint. This was a super quick build and it took me only 4 days to print and 4 days to build and paint. The whole model was painted with Hataka paints except for the primer. I'm pretty happy with the result, but what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. So as I mentioned before, last year I actually started to print 1 to 32nd scale Metal Gear Rex. I started with the biggest part. I resized it up to 32nd scale to check if it fits in the printer, and yes, it actually barely did. I think it's the biggest thing that you could fit in Saturn 2 and the piece was freaking huge. Just look at this photo. Unfortunately, I think it was a little bit too heavy and I ended up with the step that is going across the whole model. It's going through a lot of detail and it's gonna be a lot of work to fix it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or to print that piece again. Just to let you know that it took around 24 hours to print just that bit. Anyway, I continued printing and after a few weeks, I think it took around 150 plus hours and 5 or more large bottles of resin. I finally had all the pieces of Metal Gear Rex in 1 to 32nd scale, and some pieces unfortunately deformed a little and I'm still not sure how to tackle this. Should I print it again or do a lot of filling and sanding? I was even thinking I just gonna put it together, paint with the spray can and leave it outdoors, you know, as my Metal Gear Rex garden gnome. We'll see. So I have printed a lot on Saturn 2 since last year and I highly recommend this 3D printer as this is a really solid machine. The price when it came out was I think $600, but you can get it much cheaper today, and by now you actually can get the latest generation of 3D printers from Elegoo, like Saturn 3 that is just a little bit more expensive than Saturn 2. Also, if you're looking for FDM printer, there's Neptune 4 now. So go and have a look. I left all the links if you need in description below. Now go get yourself a 3D printer because it's a lot of fun. Lastly, I would like to mention that if you live in UK, I started a small scale model shop on Facebook and Instagram for now. I have some models in stock, but I can get you models from Hobby Boss, Trumpeter, Mang, Tamiya, RFM and many model manufacturers. So if you would like to support my small business, have a look on Scalehanger 182 Model Shop UK Facebook group and Instagram. Message me if you are looking for any particular kits because I can get anything on demand and I will get back to you shortly. So yeah, thanks very much guys. Thank you for watching this video and I'll see you on the next one. See ya!